on the problem statement that were to help the regulator in their mandate. So we came from Montreal to Toronto with 3 objectives. The first one is we want to solve an actual problem that's well-defined and that's been existing for a long time. Yes, with disruptive technology, but the technology that actually works right now and that has a chance to be implemented and accepted by the market. So that's something that could be integrated in a real production workflow right now this week. So the specific problem that we're trying to focus on that the regulators are faced with is in their mandates to ensure that the knowledge gap between the investors and the advisors doesn't lead to fraud or negative outcomes, and also to help bridge the knowledge gap between the financial instrument issuers and sellers and the financial advisors that are buying those instruments for their clients. So as we did this loop of iteration and going to the regulator and asking them, what is it about your job that's difficult? And as we're going to the industry and asking them, what is it about your relationship with the regulator that could be eased? We soon realized that we started playing with public key cryptography and blockchain timestamps, and we realized that we had something really big. And as we were developing our technology stack, we realized that we had actually created something new, an invention, which is kind of rare in this space where everybody iterates on everybody else's stuff. So to put this new innovation on paper, we actually wrote a white paper during the night last night, written from scratch last night. We got it printed this morning. So this is kind of a tech overview of what we're doing. So I encourage you to come and pick up a copy of the white paper right now. So the white paper exposes a concept which we call proof of compliance. So proof of compliance, essentially, it's an open source standard for allowing financial service participants to prove irrefutably that certain actions were taken at a certain time, and also to prove that someone knew something at a certain point in time and signed off on it. This can be a risk assessment, a risk disclosure, and such. So, yeah, next slide. So all parties are assigned cryptographic certificates that are issued by an issuing authority, in this case the regulator, and they are linked to a real identity, either in the regulator's database or some kind of distributed database like IPFS. Certificate holders, which in our case are financial advisory firms or brokerage firms, can also assign linked certificates to their subordinates, which are in our case individual financial advisors working in those firms or individual brokers at a bank. The parties in a contract or in the sale of a security or any kind of advisory relationship, they sign compliance data or evidence, such as contracts. That data is encrypted in a hierarchical structure, which is our innovation, and the data and the cryptographic signatures are timestamped on the Bitcoin blockchain. Next slide, please. So this provides irrefutable proof that someone possessed data or knowledge at a certain point in time. For example, a specific prospectus. Certain actions were taken, for example, compliance, when evidence or proofs are assigned and timestamped. For example, you can have a video conversation where the prospectus is explained. That video conversation is hashed, timestamped to the Bitcoin blockchain and signed. And you can also have statements of intent, oath declarations, or contracts. So it's easy and fast to independently verify the validity and authenticity of those proofs, which makes it really perfect for enforcement and dispute mediation and prosecution in case of fraud. So this is kind of an overview of how our concept Keystamp can be integrated by financial regulators. So we have the issuing authority here, which is in our case the OSC. These are the financial firms that are issued some certificates. They certify their individual advisors. Also, the issuer, for example, can be issued a certificate. You can sign a prospectus. The advisor can also sign the prospectus, say that they both read it. This is uploaded to the blockchain. This makes it trustless. It obviously is automation. We use blockchain, but we also use modern web applications to make the process easier. We also built a few tools, kind of some add-ons to the platform for the OSC to kind of have an overview of all their registries here, certificate holders, and these are all the proofs that were uploaded, signed, and uploaded to the blockchain. Next. So this is also just some easy tools that we built for not only for the regulator, because that technology needs to be adopted first by the firms. Yeah. The regulator is not going to force anybody to adopt this. So we actually help the firms to make sure that they don't have bad apples within their own systems. Next. So last night we actually made it work, so it's fully functional. The whole concept of signing, encrypting, and timestamping is functional. We did our first blockchain proof somewhere during the night. So yeah, it's working right now. It's live. So how do we scale that? As we were developing the product, we realized, wow, okay, this is really good for the regulator, but this could be also good for a large corporation. For example, the VP can issue a certificate to a manager, which can issue a certificate to an employee. These guys can enter into contracts and sign stuff, and everybody knows where their authority comes from. You know that that authority to sign the contract comes from this key, which comes from this key, which is in a public registry. So just go back just a second. So right now our API is open and it's working, so you can plug our API, which was built from scratch during the weekend. No cheating. You can integrate it, and it allows for, there's libraries in Python for signing, timestamping, encrypting, key generation, notarization, and validation of proofs. That's our team. We're in existence from Montreal, and we have links to the GitHub where our white paper is posted, API here, and with that, I'll take your questions.
Wow.
Yeah, can we play the demo of the script if you want? Oh, you just, sorry, while people ask questions, maybe you can. No questions?
Want to see the script? Want to see the demo?
Yeah, do you want to put the demo, or we can put it at the later stage.
We're out of time.
Yeah.
When there's a top five.
Keep going. We got to go.
Alright. Anybody need anything?